Hello, everyone. This is Coach Powell. I would love to welcome you to Coffee Tea, You and Me, my weekly attempt to help entrepreneurs and business leaders get their act together, do smart things, and just be better in their space. No matter where their space is, no matter where they are, our opportunity to come together and work together and create great processes and strategies and techniques that will help you move the needle, whatever that needle means to you, towards your greatness is what we're all about. And today we're going to continue a series we launched last week about building your hero council. That's the title, that's the name. But really, what are we talking about here? When we talk about building your hero council, we're talking about helping you put together a team, a crack team of experts, a board of advisors, a networking strategy, whatever you want to call it, that will help you assemble top tier, high quality superheroes, literally to work on behalf of your dream, your vision, and your possibilities. Let me tell you something. I know that a lot of people, especially us introverts, have a hard time understanding the need to do this, because we've been taught in our whole entire lives that we need to do it all by ourselves. We're rugged individuals. Success is a single individual person doing the thing, but that's not what it really is. Studies show over and over and over again, the basic core of humanity is social. Let me say that again. The basic core of humanity is social. Our ability to connect and draw meaning and purpose through and with one another is what separates us from the rest of the mammals out there that are doing things, right? So I want you to think about that when you think about who you are, what you're all about, what you're creating, where you're coming from. Ultimately, what is it that you're trying to establish? What is it that you're trying to create? What is it that you're trying to develop in this universe, in this world that we call Earth, right? How do you make your mark in your lifetime? And I'm all about legacy, right, guys? So if anybody knows me knows that I could care less about, how many millions of dollars that you make or anything. I mean, that's important. Money is important. But what's most important is that you live in your purpose, that you create opportunities to grow within whatever your destiny has allowed, in the space that destiny has allowed for you. And when you're spending your time, effort, and energy working for things and working towards things that are not inside of your purpose and inside of your destiny, then you're wasting a lot of time. And that is the worst thing that you can ever do. So last week we discussed the overall concepts of building your hero council and some of the things that you kind of want to make sure that you're going to be able to do. And let me just kind of overlay again why that's important to build your own or your own hero council, what it can do for you. First thing your hero can do for you, your hero council can do for you, is to help you with your business or career development. What does that mean? Anything you need to grow your business or career development really can be accessed fantastically through a core development of advisors and counselors and mentors and associates, sometimes therapists and coaches, literally that can get you where you need to go. And you don't need just one person. You need several people. You need a diverse, open group that's going to help you maximize the time that you have toward developing your career or your business. That's thing one. Thing two, getting more granular, literally this same group of people can help you create a higher level strategy than maybe you could ever come up with because of their insights and their perspective on the world. This is why it's super important to have people who think at a very, very high level, and they can advise you to do the same. Because what do we all tend to do? We all tend to get caught in the weeds of the day to day. And your advisory council, your hero council, can help you keep things on a strategic level so that you don't get lost in the day-to-day. Your team doesn't get lost in the day-to-day functioning of what you have to do. Yeah, you got to be good in the moment, hand-to-hand combat, right up front, in the day, in the moment. But you also have to be good in the future and looking forward and understanding what the direction is that you and your team are going and how you're growing. How do you put the right resources to that reality, that future reality that you're trying to achieve, right? Very, very important. Now, number three, what your advisory council can give you, obviously, is an outside perspective. How do you learn what you don't know and what is not in your scope of opportunity if you don't get others who already have that expertise, that talent, that thought process, that mindset? It's going to get you an outside perspective so that you can make better decisions in the here and now, right? About what you're doing and how you're achieving and the pace of your achievement and where you want to go. The fourth thing that your good hero council or advisory council can do for you is help you with your current performance. Your team, anybody who's working with you to accomplish things you need to work with on a daily, consistent basis, needs to perform at a high level and needs to perform at a high level consistently in order to learn everything there is to learn about that level of performance and to keep creating and innovating and finding new opportunities. This thing is only possible when you're great at the basics. When you're great at the basics, you can start to begin to be innovative and creative and find ways to differentiate yourself amongst others who say they're in the same marketplace or in the same career field as you might be. Right? So that performance is very, very important to get an outside view of that. Having people to help you grow in that way is super, super important. And then finally, it's expertise. If you didn't get it already, tapping into a diverse range of experts is so much more of a brilliant use of your resources. Your time, your talent, your treasure can be better used to accomplish the things you need trying to accomplish within the level of technique and strengths that you have versus trying to hire a ton of experts to do all the work for you. It's going to be very, very expensive to do that. But the good news about expertise is people might be willing to lend their expertise to the right people at the right time for the right reasons. And what we're going to talk about again for the next few weeks is how do you create this council? How do you create this advisory strategy? What is the best that you can get from it? So first we're going to go through all the benefits. So today we're talking about the benefits of developing the advisory council in terms of for your business development. Then next we're going to get into strategic development. Then next we're going to get into outside perspective. Then next we're going to get into performance discussions. And next we're going to get into expertise and how to use that. And then finally we're going to wrap it all up with the mindset you need to have, the recruitment strategies you need to have, the talent development strategies you need to have available for you to even work with people who might be at a higher level than even you. So we're in for a wild ride for the next month and a half, maybe two. as we go through the research on this situation, so that, because I want you to be armed with truth as you move forward, and I want you to understand that using the truth correctly is going to be an amazing opportunity for you. Let's get into it. You want to develop your advisory council. No matter where you are, no matter where you're watching from, if you're watching us on Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, I want you to do me a favor today. I want you to get engaged. I want you to think about what it would be like for you to have a group of people to help you in your business or your career, to help you maximize the opportunities that you have in front of you. What would it be like for you? If you'd enjoy that process, if you think it would be a phenomenal thing for you, do me a favor and raise your hand. And what I mean by raise your hand, I mean, it's like put like a number 1 in the chat, so I'll know you're out there. I can recognize you and tell people, who you are, where you're coming from, and that kind of good stuff. Just go ahead and put the number 1 in the chat if you feel like it'll be an awesome thing for you to have what it takes to develop your own hero council, your own business development program, group that will help you find and capture opportunities, because that is what business and career development is all about. It's about finding and capturing opportunities. Go ahead and put that information in the chat for me so that I can I'll know what's going on, and you guys can be able to, I'll give you a shout out as you do that. It's a great opportunity, and let me explain to you why. If you can put together the right kinds of business advisory team, business advisory strategy, business development program that will help your advisory council team members, or your what I call the hero council, kind of get in front of things for you, there's a couple things that's going to happen for you. Number 1, you're going to be able to scout the marketplace like nobody's business. What does that look like? Your team is going to be able to help you see what's out there, see what's going on, see what's happening in real time right now, because they're already out there. They're already experiencing. So you're getting people on your advisory council who are already seeing the reality that you're seeing, but they're seeing it from their perspective. We're going to talk about perspective in a couple of weeks, but it's super important to understand that the trends that are happening in your industry, in your market right now, are happening right now. They're not the trends of 10 years ago, 5 years ago. They're the trends of right now. And the best people to help you stay current are the people who are currently in and experiencing those trends with you right now. They're going to be able to help you look at what's happening so that you can consider and identify not just the trends, but any opportunities that those trends might provide you. It's a case in point right now. If you decide that you want to ignore AI in your industry, in your business, and I don't care what your industry or business is, if you want to ignore AI as a possibility, I got a feeling, and literally my advisory council will help me understand this, it's going to be like refusing to answer the telephone because you don't like it. You'd rather somebody knock at the door and have a personal meeting with you versus call you on the telephone. The impact is going to be phenomenal to the marketplace. This is fact. It's already making billions of dollars in the marketplace, right? Companies are making big bets on AI and the potential of AI to help them in so many different ways within their companies, within their organizations. If you don't understand how to use it, if you're not engaged in the communication and the conversation, then you're going to be missing out on the next wave of business activity and opportunity, right? You got to look at that. It is a current trend and it's not going away. So therefore it's going to have a future trend, and you need to know what that future might look like in order to get on board. But if you're going to maximize your opportunities today, then you're going to have to figure out how to recruit the right people. You're going to figure out how to develop the right people on your advisory council and on your hero council and within your organization, your company. You have to figure out how to do that, and you have to be gifted at that, right? Your advisory council can help you with that. They can help you develop the skills, the strengths you need to have. Hell, they can literally lend you theirs, their credibility, their talent, their drive, their energy, their focus, the people that they know, the connections they have, again, the time, talent, resources that you don't have, right? Those T3 resources, time, talent, treasure, right? You don't have them all that you might like to have in today's current reality, but your people, your advisory council members will definitely have them if you develop them and recruit them correctly. They're going to provide you insights into new customer segments, meaning they could take a look at what you're currently doing and see different ways that you could do it in different places so that you can find new opportunities. They can give you introductions, testimonials, referrals, recommendations, all these third-party influences that can help drive your credibility in the space because they are at the table with you. If they're at your table, talking to you, working with you, helping you develop yourself, then what you're going to find is they're going to do that. They're going to be there. So they're going to help you scout the marketplace. Now, the next thing your advisory council is going to do for you is help you start to develop what we call strategic positioning. How does this help with business or career development? Your strategic positioning is really about how you plan and then execute that plan. How do you plan to capture opportunities? How do you plan to develop new potential partnerships? How do you plan to deal with the acquisition opportunities? If the perfect acquisition would come along right now, do you have the wherewithal to pull that off? If you had the right joint venture agreement or collaborative partnership or whatever, and that will come along and that we will bump into that as you continue to develop and move and work with your advisory council. How would you capture that? How would you deal with it? How would you manage it? Who would help you with that? It's your advisory council. Those are people that would help you with that. Not only will they bring you ideas about what to do currently, they will help you hone your strategic partnerships, create opportunities, make sure that the goals that you are setting and the techniques you're using to achieve those goals are good. I mean, how many of you want to continue to just do things the same old way? Isn't it about time you give others a shot at helping you and helping you create the strategies that you need to create to accomplish the things that you need to accomplish right now in the real time, right? That's what your advisory council gets to do. Again, if you recruit them well, if you develop them well, if you work well with them, that's going to happen. Number one, they're going to help you with scouting the marketplace. Number two, they're going to help you with the building new strategic partnerships. The next thing your advisory council can do for you, again, in real time, is provide a catalyst of credibility. What does that mean? What do I mean by that? They can help you in whatever effort that you're trying to help provide bench strength, right? All of a sudden, when people know that your advisory council is stacked with top-notch professionals in your industry, top-notch professionals in other industries, people who have been there, done that, and are mastering whatever the game is that they're playing, right? If they're on your team, what does that give you in terms of a level of credibility in the marketplace? I will tell you, it gives you a high level of credibility because banks, investors, angel and venture investors look at who's on your team. They look at who's working with you right now, who's endorsing you, who is giving you the benefit of their name, who's lending that to you. Customers love it when they could say they're working with a group or organization that has the kind of credibility that you have, and that makes them feel good about continuing to spend their dollars in terms of working with you, right? You get to build a better customer base because your advisory council is standing up for you, is doing the things it needs to do to create that level of energy and power and passion in your business. Your suppliers have a deeper level of respect for you because they know that you're not just an average everyday customer for them. You are a maven in your industry. You are a person, a power broker in your own right, because you have these relationships that they would only dream of, right? Super, super important. Think about it. If you had people who do business with you, largely your product and service has to reign supreme. That's great. But not only does that have to happen, is they have to feel good about doing it. And having the right people at the table with you is what helps that happen. You want your top customers coming to your annual events and parties so they can meet your friends and your advisory council members, your hero council, and they can know, oh wow, this is great. And now all of a sudden, you're making things happen and click on a level where people are finding connections that they wouldn't find outside of working with you. Very, very important, again, to providing the credibility that you need to have. So let's recap. First thing your advisory council, your board of advisors are going to do for you is going to help you scout the marketplace. This is going to help with your business development. They're going to help you find new strategic partners. This is going to help with your business development. They're going to help you provide a catalyst for your credibility and your power base within the space that you're in. This is important. The next thing your advisory council is going to do for you, and what I would like to say is probably the most important thing, is they literally can introduce you to new business opportunities that you cannot find or access with a level of credibility without them. Now, I know you all think that you're great at what you do, and you are great at what you do. I'm not challenging that. But you are not an institution. You are not the Harvard of whatever it is that you do. You are just the you of whatever it is you do. You don't become an institution by yourself. And so with your advisory council, your hero council intact, you're going to be able to create better financial stability for yourself and your team. You're going to be able to develop higher levels of trajectory or strategic analysis on the power and the future of your products and services. You're going to be able to generate brand clarity in a way that could not happen without your team of advisors. And what do I mean by that? When people know who's with you, they also know what you stand for. They also know what you are. Again, the character of the advisory council kind of bleeds into your brand, and that becomes a part of what you're offering. And it helps people to understand this is what it is. This is who they are. This is their intention in the marketplace, and we can trust it because of the people that they associate with, right? Your process redesign is going to be amazing. So if you have a strategy or technique that's going to get you from here to there, whatever that is, your SOPs, all of the strategies you need to put in place, that's going to be super, super important. And lastly, but not least, you're going to have a source of financial capital that you may not have had in otherwise, which meaning your advisory council, hero council might be willing to, again, let you, because of the opportunities they've helped you connect with and help you understand and help you see, might be willing to lend their support in terms of financing your deals, or creating some bridge loans, or creating some opportunities that, again, you could not get to had they not already been in place. I'm going to say this over and over again. So why is developing an advisory council super important to your business development? For all intents and purposes, there are 4 things you got to think about. 1, they're going to help you, again, find new opportunities, scout that marketplace, and really understand what's really out there for you. Number 2, they're going to help you seek new strategic positions, help you really, really hone your plans, hone your strategy so that you can do something that works even better than what you're currently doing. Number 3, they're going to provide a catalyst of credibility that you cannot have and cannot find, cannot develop, cannot create on your own. Number 4, they're going to introduce you to new business opportunities. Whether that's in your career, in your business, new product design, whatever it is that you need to really, really grow your business opportunities, it can explode through the roof. Now, here's the research. The research says that 75% of people who develop the right kinds of professional relationships in their business are successful. How successful? 300 times more successful than those who do not. Those who think they're going to do it all by themselves, those who think they don't have the time to put effort and energy into developing their professional relationships are literally going to be the losers when it's all said and done, because they're gonna even if you win, even if you're doing well, you're not going to do as well by any stretch of the imagination if you get this right. So how do you do it? How do you make it work? What do you have to remember? A couple things that you have to remember to make it right, to really get this perfect cocktail of opportunity available for you when it comes to dealing with people. Establish a purpose. That's thing one. Know what you are trying to accomplish, why you're trying to accomplish it. What is it going to look like when you've accomplished it? Your vision has to be as clear as possible. Now, I understand that it's impossible to have absolute vision clarity. People who say they do probably are just not really being honest with themselves, because there's details in the future that you cannot understand now until you get closer to them. And unless you're like right on the precipice of achieving your ultimate vision in life, you probably can't see all the details you need to be able to see, because it's too far out. Maybe it's 20 years out, 30 years out, it's far in the distance. So you have to still have to be able to describe literally what's going to be happening as a result of your accomplishing and achieving your vision. I always go with the be, do, have, scenario. What are you going to be? What are you going to do? What are you going to have when you've arrived at the magic moment that you're preparing or have been prepared to arrive at, right? You got to think that through. Your purpose has to be clear, and your vision has to be as clear as possible. Number two, determine the structure. There is the right structure. Whether it's going to be collaborative partnership, or it's going to be, you're going to have a strategic plan, a possibility for your advisory council members. You're going to have different types of departments working together collaboratively to accomplish whatever you need to accomplish. But you have to have the right structure, the right decision trees, the right, strategic processes in place. You have to do that. You have to do that work. It's going to be helpful, and it's going to attract people who are going to look at that and go, "Oh, yeah, I love that. I love the how. I love the how of what they're doing, and I want to be a part of that. And I think I can add something to that." Right? You don't want people on your advisory council just along for the ride. You want people who can add something to. You want people to get there. Define the roles and responsibilities of everybody on the team, whether they're paid staff members, advisory council members, board members. You have to be really good at articulating the purpose and responsibilities of the group and the individuals in the group. And people who are high ranking have to deliver this kind of charge and making sure that they're carrying out those roles and responsibilities exceptionally well. The size of the council matters. A small council that's homogenous is not something that you want to get. You want to have at least 10 to 15 people ultimately on your advisory council. Now, they may rotate in and out with 2 to 3 year terms, however you want to structure it. We have super flexibility in that, but 10 to 15 people optimal. Why? Because they give you an opportunity to have diversity amongst different types of industries. Maybe 2 or 3 people from every level of industry. Also gives you an opportunity to have diversity in the whatever your client base is intended to be or is going to be in the future. And that's going to give you the benefit of different perspectives that you can never get if the group was all homogenized. Everybody came from, thought about, and did things the same way, right? Meeting frequency, very important. You have to have a pace of achievement with your advisory council. You can't meet with them infrequently and hope to develop a rhythm of moving forward. So the time level of frequency that you need to do is going to matter tremendously. You're going to meet with them once a quarter. You're going to meet with them once every other month. You're going to have a big annual meeting. What is the frequency of when you're going to be meeting with the team collectively? And what is the frequency that you are going to be having sort of one-on-ones with members of your advisory council? You need to plan that as well, because, quite frankly, they got in this because of you. They decided to do this because of you and what you bring to the table, and not spending time or doing the work that you need to do to create this, solidify those relationships. That's bad mojo. You want to definitely make sure you spend time with them. And the last thing you want to make sure you do is you want to manage expectations extremely well. There's nothing that can hurt your advisory council more than not having the proper expectations of people, not communicating those expectations exceptionally well, and giving people the benefit of the doubt that they need to have. This is going to be super, super, super important. I see you got there, Natasha. Natasha, in answering the question, she said just subscribe and connect on LinkedIn. Looking forward to the ride. Okay, good to have you, Natasha. Thank you very much. Looking forward to working with you. Hopefully we'll be able to see more of you in the future. Guys, this is Coffee Tea, You and Me. This is what we do every Friday. We get together with entrepreneurs, business leaders, talking about opportunities, and it's of critical importance that you don't keep this a secret. If you can share this with your friends, your family members, people around you who are thinking about going into business or in business, but want to be better at their business, this is the opportunity to get all the information, everything you need to have, everything they need to have at their fingertips, at the ready, every Friday. Ask any question you want to ask about the things that we're doing with. I can't tell you how important it is. I wish I had these kinds of access and resources to podcasts and books and tapes and people really who are rock stars in their industry. When I was younger and I was developing my business or developing my career, these are ways that we reach out and we help create that. The whole notion of what we're doing today and for the next couple of weeks is to really help you understand social pain. Matthew Lieberman, one of the greatest researchers I've had a chance to come across when it comes to connecting and doing the things that we need to do as human beings to connect with one another, has said this: instead of being a kind of a kryptonite, our capacity for social pain, which is a phrase that he coined, is one of our greatest superpowers. That's why we have the title of what we have right now. Why is Building Your Council of Heroes a title in and of itself? Literally, it's about conquering social pain, understanding what social pain is, the benefits of social pain, as well as the detractors of social pain, and how that's going to work. We're going to talk about more of that in the future, but that's kind of why I came to this idea, this understanding, because I realized that we're all in this thing, and we're all in this thing together. No matter how you slice it, no matter where you are, no matter where we're coming from, it's super, super important to be involved, to get involved, to do the things that need to be done to grow yourself, to grow your business, to grow other people around you, and to keep pushing forward in your purpose. This is Coach Powell. We're at about minute 3:35. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. If those of you are watching and benefiting from this, listen, I want you to make sure that you are doing the thing. And whatever the thing is for you, your advisory council is a super part of you being able to stretch yourself and create opportunities for yourself that you cannot create in any other way. So it's super important. Oh, we got a question here from LinkedIn. Can you provide a case study, like the type of business structure, the goals, and how you would go about setting up the advisory board? We're going to go through all of that stuff in future meetings. So hang in there with us. Come back. Watch the previous episode as well as this episode, and you're going to get, there's a case study obviously in the previous episode that you can watch about how one of my clients actually set up an advisory council and what it did for him. I think you're going to enjoy that, and we're going to reiterate that in future issues. But thank you so much for your question, and I will definitely get into more of those details in the next presentation, which will be next Friday around about 3 p.m. Again, you can watch us on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Please share us with as many people as you possibly can. Let's get this thing going. Let's get it hot and popping. And a lot of the information, by the way, if you're watching on LinkedIn, a lot of information that's in the chat you can't see because LinkedIn doesn't allow the chat to be broadcast. That stuff that I paste in the chat to be broadcast on LinkedIn. You may have to pop over to YouTube or on Facebook to see the other members that are chiming in here with new ideas and all that kind of good stuff. And again, anonymous LinkedIn user, thank you very much. I really appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for paying attention. And I hope to see you guys again next week as we cover the Hero Council and how to develop your Hero Council. Let me give you a little preview of what we're going to talk about next week. Next week, we're going to be talking about how your advisory council can help you with strategic development. Literally, how they can help you by creating and generating more diverse experience and expertise, how they can help you with risk management, how they can help you with networking, how they can help you validate your ideas, and so many more things. Super important stuff. For those of you, whether you're working in your career or you're working in your business, I can't tell you more how important this is. This is Coach Powell, the 9-Step Guru. We're signing off. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again next week. Again, don't keep this thing a secret. Oh, by the way, if you haven't gotten your tickets to the Leverage Up conference right now, I posted a literally discounted ticket program in the chat, which I'm going to repost if I can for you guys, or I'm going to show you right here on the screen, and then I'm going to repost it because tickets right now are on sale. They're discounted. You can get a very good deal on that. We're putting together, literally, I'm bringing my Hero Council of Heroes to you for you to learn from them as well. And these people are some of the best in every industry. They're coming to you from, whether they're managing data centers or engineers or other coaches and consultants or financial gurus of different types of strategies. They're all going to be there at the conference. It's going to be a virtual conference. It's going to be on the 23rd of October. It's going to be a super good time. The tickets are discounted right now for our members and people who are coming to us from LinkedIn. So I want you to get your tickets. I want you to get involved. Again, share. Like, thumbs up, all that kind of good stuff. I'm looking forward to engaging with you. The more engagement we have with you, the better off everything is for everybody. And we're looking forward to serving you more in the future. God bless you and have a wonderful day. Thanks a lot, guys.